Hello there, the Fabled Harpooner here, ready for another high rank Royal Ludroth hunt in the current immense quest, with a greatsword weapon class and the Blade of Talos as the weapon of choice. No new upgrades, I'm using a previously used or forged weapon, and yes, I am actually going to be using a yellow sharpness weapon. Now, just before I move on, I'd like you to consider that this is pretty much the highest raw damage greatsword that I have available. Closest next thing are the Icicle Fangs, the Icicle Fang, Viking Horn Sword, and I believe the Sigmund. These are the second highest raw, 768. But there's a huge difference in raw damage that justifies using the yellow sharpness. Notice that the bonus from using the green sharpness for raw damage is quite minimal. It's about 5% if I'm not mistaken. So, and the difference between the 768 and the 864 is more than 5%. So, cracking numbers, essentially the Blade of Talos has the most damage dealing output, with some problems at bouncing now and then. But we are talking about the Royal Ludroth, so bouncing should not be too much of a concern as long as I avoid the legs, I believe. Now, in the case of both the Icicle Fang and the Sigmund, because they have affinity 15% and 10%, there's a chance that now and then they could actually deal more damage than this weapon, the Blade of Talos. But consistently, I believe this weapon is actually more damage dealing. And again, since we're talking about a monster that's not too much of an issue with bouncing, I'll try it. Should I go for even defender? Would rather go for an attack actually. So it's either really don't need polisher. I'm not expecting to polish at any moment. Riser, Lucky Cat, maybe Lucky Cat for extra rewards. Yeah, why not? Get an extra attack up again. On top of that, I'm using the Jaggy high rank armor set, and I've managed to gem in attack up large. We have negate stand, so no matter how many times it will hit me, it will not knock me out. Cool mind, which is okay. Don't really need the stamina, but it's nice to have. What I mean is that this might increase stamina when eating other items, I believe. Oh no, not other items. That will be the next level. This level is when using. Because of the efficacy of meat that raises maximum stamina, so this should only work with meat-based items, shouldn't work with the energy drink. So it's a skill that probably what doesn't work here for me, unless I find rations. Speed Gatherer, I always bring it in the item use down. I'm not really concerned since I'm not going to be using any items that have ongoing effects, you know, temporary effects like hot drinks, cold drinks, and dash juices. Anyway, go into events, and off we go. Now I know that last time I didn't really talk about the light bow guns. Ooh, do I want to go? Yeah, let's go this way. The light bow guns in 4U, what mechanics they have added, I haven't really noticed any other than the jumping attacks that allows for reload mid-air. The rest is pretty much the same, I believe. Nothing really new. However, with the great swords, there's a couple of new things. The fact that you can go into the reverse charge or supercharge, whichever you prefer to call it, straight from an attack rather than having to do, you know, a kick maneuver, kick move. Let's see if I do it here. Okay, there's an issue with bouncing. It will bounce with a slap, which is strange because I believe the slap actually does knockout damage. But anyway, you know, the reverse supercharge is now possible pretty much after the spinning attack, I believe. Like that one, you know, the roundhouse smash. You can do it after that. or you can do it normally. On top of that, when you do that particular slash, you can actually do a follow-up slash that would have the same damage as the charge level you managed to release. So if you release a level 3 charge, the follow-up slash would actually be a level 3 follow-up charge as well. The downside with that attack is that it actually pins you down for quite a noticeable amount of time. And that's talking about great swords, which are a bit slow. That's the downside of them in regards of attack speed. But they really make up for it due to the huge amount of damage. Oh, come on, I thought I was already past that. Okay, there we go. Can we get a charge here? No, missed it. You can also do the jumping attack, which can be used to do a follow-up attack as well. Follow-up circling slash. And I believe that's pretty much it, which is nice. Actually, you can do the charge, the reverse charge so easily now. And I'm missing so many attempts at the tail. It's bouncing all over the place. Okay. I did say there wouldn't be too much of an inconvenience, the yellow sharpness. What am I hitting? Yeah, I probably need to go for the tip of the tail. The base of it seems to be harder. Even though it still counts for catching the tail. Ah, too soon with that slash. It might be nice to go for a slight short charge. And there it is completely. Not getting too many charges out. But there's a tail cut off. I'll say relatively quick before the 5-minute mark. That was fast enough, wasn't it? That was a bit of a strange animation. Apparently the sword actually managed to hit the main, but at the end of it, at the lower part, rather than around the head. The great sword does have a bit of a weird attack hitboxes. They don't spawn until like the sword is swinging downwards, so you can actually miss targets just above you. Mentioned that before in previous hunts. I would like it to get exhausted or stay still for long enough so I could go for a nice good charge. I try to hold the evasion, wait for the attack to come out. Oh, well, that's managed to save me from getting hit. But anyway, I still got hit by the previous attack because I waited for too long. I would rather move a little bit further away, mate. Okay, there's the trip. Okay, at least we can do a charge. So now, rather than having to do all these attacks to reach the reverse slash, you can pretty much do it immediately and still do a follow-up slash attack. There's a nice new attack pattern that you can do. And there goes the breast. Again. Keep doing that. I need to change the settings in the console so it behaves similar to the 3DS now. At least so they can behave as similarly as possible. It can be quite hard adapting to new control schemes when the game changes them. Not much I could have done there. We'll turn around. I wanted to hold that for a bit longer. It came out too soon. And for some reason the follow-up attack didn't come out. I tried to attack again after the bounce, but it didn't really happen. Anyway, we passed the 5-minute mark, we've got all the breaks, so we might as well just focus on the damage. Again, hopefully we won't need to sharpen at any time. Good thing I released there sooner, otherwise the level 3 would have missed. I want to release all these charges much sooner than I would like to. Again, I had to release sooner because I saw the attack coming, so rather do damage, take damage, than take damage without dealing any. This is the downside of bouncing. It locks you in place. I ran into that. You have two pretty much two options. You either try to continue attacking after each bounce, which for some reason I'm not doing when I want to do it, or just hold the back on the attacks at the recurring time from the bounce and try to reposition yourself, I suppose. Again, I'm not either. The time frame to do a follow-up attack is really small. Well, it has to be that. There's not really anything else. Oh, what? Okay, nice blocking on it. Then apparently terrain is working in my favour this time, as the attack is cannot reach me. Oh, I have to release a bit sooner. Bombs coming. Well, at least they do damage to the Ludroth. What the? I wanted to unseath into a charge, but decided to just unseath into a block. Okay, sharpness is still at yellow. Good sharpen, but I don't think I need it. It should be close to death, even if it's not limping. Oh, come on, a split second sooner, that charge would have done a lot of damage. Well, I think I missed the Royal Ludroth, but I managed to kill 2 Ludroths with that level 3 charge. Nice, at least I managed to connect with that. Quick slice. Slash. There is an advantage of bouncing with a greatsword is that the number of attacks you can pull off continuously is much faster when you bounce, oddly enough. So it might be worth it sometimes, not all the time. The level 3 charge is probably a much better option. Now, underwater. The charges are not that good, not to my liking. Problem is, I'm not sure if I can demonstrate it, but charges seem to spin in place, which means your final range is much shorter than on land. You pretty much need to be glued to the monster to get the charges to connect properly. Or any slashes for that matter. Yeah, I'm using the tracking camera now. Got used to it on 3DS, so might as well don't break the pattern. Again, I'm not really getting many of those recharges because it just moves around too much. Even the bounce follow-up attack seems to be really slow underwater. Getting a bit low on health. Want to heal soon enough. Yeah, might want to heal now. Last thing I want to do is cart, which I'm close to. Too close there to guarding. Just moves about so much that I'm constantly missing them or not reaching them at all. Because of poor judgment of distance underwater. Okay, more attacks. Those are nasty because since you need to be really close. Oh, come on, did that miss? It's funny that the attack actually spins around, but it only manages to connect when it's in front of you. You might think that it could still hit during the entire spinning cycle of the animation, not what's just in front of it. Oh well. Taking longer, but I don't believe it's the sharpness. It's just warping underwater, and there must have been a bit of a nuisance moving about so much. Okay. Still need to block those attacks. Pretty much restricted to just standard slashing attacks, which I don't really like using with a great sword. Oh, come on. These angles are not really good for attacking. Yeah, underwater fights. No wonder people hate them. Oh, again! It just shifted slightly low, and that's why I missed. And why did it... I wanted to do a quicker cut, it decided to do a one split second charge. At least we're going to land. 15 minutes gone already. This should have ended a lot sooner. If it's just one attack away, I'm going to be really annoyed at this monster. Okay, not a normal standard attack, let's enraged. Right, which means he's going to be bouncing all over the place. For it to do the attacking, let's go in. Again, had to attack because it moves so fast that I didn't have time to charge. Focus might be handy here. Bouncing off a leg is not much of a concern really. Come on, don't stop now and don't move me. Oh, the pain of missing. It's so close to hitting it and it still misses. And for some reason, again, follow-up doesn't always come out, which is annoying me. Either the window's too small or I'm just being slow with it. And the one moment I decide to wait, it's when it attacks. I think there's no really good use of waiting to recover from the bounce. It's best to just attack. It's much faster. If you're going to get hit, you're going to get hit in a way. You might as well try to get some damage out. Why am I missing so bloody much? Okay, this is a good charge. No, go on, you could have gone for a third spit. That would have been handy for me. Well, at least we got the kill. How much time remaining? 32 minutes. Far too long. Even reached red sharpness, or orange I believe, right now. Drop below the yellow. Not sure when that happened. Last strike, probably? Okay, not the performance I wanted, or expected. So it's the one I'm getting. Yeah, well, I think I have a really bad day with the Great Sword today. Can't even hit the normal Ludroth. Yes. Well, at least I'm hitting it now. I can't hear it on the first move. I've been getting a bit rusty with the controls since I'm using the 3DS, which are much smaller. But let's see the rewards, let's see if those make up for it. Well, plenty of in quantity. An okay finish, I suppose. Photo finish. Although with the sparkling of the sharpness. Or the bounce, I mean. But anyway, oil scales, hide glasses, crests, or hide skin bones and scales. See, atmospheres, kind of like ore, honey, all of this from the regions, for the region. Royal Ludroth crest and spongy hide on the brakes, that's all nice. Well, other than the time, the rest was quite nice. So, this has been the Fabled Harpooner hunting a high rank Royal Ludroth with the Great Sword weapon class and the Blade of Talos as the weapon of choice. Maybe not the best weapon of choice, but who knows. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time and good hunting.